Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and happy 2021. So I'm filming this obviously before you're actually seeing it, but today is New Year's Day. We made it. We got to the end of 2020. Woo! So today I just kind of wanted to do a video, kind of a year in review a little bit, and kind of talk about the year that we've just had, and then some tentative plans for next year. If you watched Vlogmas at all, you'll know that I'm trying not to plan out so far in advance. I mean, you need some plans. So, sorry, Gidget wants to come do year end here with me. Come on. Oh, she wants to join in on the fun. Oh, there she goes. Oh, there you go. Get that caboose in there. So I just kind of wanted to do a quick review of 2020 and then, yeah, some plans. So again, I'm not trying to overly plan things for 2021. I kind of just want to see where it takes me a little bit. And, you know, I've talked about my faith on here before on the channel, but really give the reins over to him and just kind of see what happens in 2021. And yeah, just kind of go with the flow a little bit with some plans, because you're going to see here I do have some plans. So anyway, 2020. Okay, this was a tough year. So we started off the year, and I had planned on starting to do weekly sew-alongs, which we did all year long. Sunday became my Sunday sew-alongs. I added that at the beginning of the year. A Sunday, I was only, prior to that, only doing videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. Then we added Sunday at the beginning of the year for Sunday sew-along. That has been a real success. I've really enjoyed doing that. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that going forward. We're right now in the middle of a coat sew-along, obviously, that's crossing from 2020 into 2021. But yeah, I think that was a great thing to do, and I love having, you know, for those people that aren't interested in the sew-alongs and they just know not to watch on Sundays. And then that also gives me a place to put like the tutorials and just really do the teaching part of the channel. So yeah, I thought that was a really big success. We also did the first Great Module sew-along at the beginning of the year, and that went over really well. You guys know I love to sew in modules. It's just the way I like to build my wardrobe and sew my wardrobe so that everything's very cohesive. So we did the first Great Module sew-along back, I guess towards the beginning of the year. It was like, what was it, February or March? It went over like a 2-month period. We had a lot of great prizes and stuff like that. Carla helped me on that one, and we just had a really good time there. Then of course COVID hit. And yeah, and so I started doing some daily vlogging just to kind of keep myself sane. And right in the beginning of quarantine here in the US, where we were all stay at home back in March, and started doing some daily vlogging and really had a good time doing that while we were in quarantine. And then that morphed into just adding a 4th day onto my weekly schedule, which was a weekly roundup kind of vlog. Someone had commented one of the posts on Vlogmas that they noticed that a lot of the daily vloggers, you know, vlog daily for a while and then get burnt out pretty quickly, and I totally agree. I've seen that as well, because I mean, it is a lot of work to not only to film and to be on for the camera every day, but also the editing and the uploading and all that stuff. But doing it on a weekly format, that really allows me to kind of pick and choose when I want to be on, basically on the camera. And if there's days I don't sew, that I do nothing interesting, that's fine. So yeah, I think that was a wise choice, and I'm very happy about that. And it still lets you in on my life on a more casual level, you know, just where I can kind of throw out little tips and tricks, and so you can kind of see what I'm up to in my sewing room and that sort of thing. So yeah, I thought that was a very positive thing. Let's see, we did quite a few sew the looks this year. That was a lot of fun. I became a Minerva maker. Actually, I became a Minerva maker last year, but we did more with the Minerva team here in 2020. That was a lot of fun getting to play with their fabric, and that will be continuing into 2021 as well. And they came up with a new website, which I talked about last week, so that's been a lot of fun to be a part of that. I got to be part of the Itch to Stitch book release, which was a whole lot of fun, and loving my book. My book came in the mail the other day, and it's just a beautiful book, and so that was a really fun to be a part of that whole testing process, and then to be able to make up all the outfits and do the whole promotional week. That was a lot of fun. I also got to be part of the Style Maker Fabrics Fall Fabric Tour. That was a ton of fun. I had so much fun working with all those people. I met quite a few people, really learned about a whole bunch more Instagram accounts that I hadn't known before, which was a lot of fun, and yeah, really enjoyed working with Michelle and Sharon. That was just really lovely, who own Style Maker Fabrics. It was just a very good experience. So yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy year. There have been a ton of downs in this year, but then there's also been a lot of positive stuff as well. I'm not sad to see 2020 going out the back door, but you know, it was a good year. I think having, you know, I had to become a teacher this year for my children because they were home completely back in the spring, and then they've been home part-time, and they will continue to be hybrid throughout the rest of the 8th grade year. So through spring of 2021, where they're home every other day and then at school on the opposite days. So that has added a whole new level of finagling on my part and having to be rather organized. But you know, I think that it's also brought our family a ton closer. So I can't complain. I think that I probably, you know, the 4 of us as a family have become much closer this year. And I don't think that that would have necessarily happened had it not been for all of the time we've had to spend at home and together because of COVID. So I am going to chalk that up to a positive to the whole situation, especially having 14-year-old teenagers. That is definitely a time where it's easy to start to see them kind of pulling away and drifting away a little bit, which is natural. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to eventually leave the nest. So that's kind of a progression. But yeah, just really getting to know them more now that they are teenagers and becoming little young adults, getting to know their hearts and their personalities a little bit better has been a real gift. So yes, I will say that that's been wonderful. And on that note, I just want to say thank you. My family doesn't watch this, but my family has really just gone above and beyond, really helping out, that my kids and my husband, stepping up for some of the housework that used to be solely on my plate, that has now, they have very, without any complaints, picked up the slack. Not that they shouldn't have, but you know, it's just been very nice to see that we're kind of all in this together. So yeah, I really want to thank my kids and my husband for just being really great people and really great members of this family that we have created, my husband and I have created, and it's just been, yeah, it's been a very good thing. Been walking a lot with my husband this year, which has also been wonderful for our relationship to really get to know each other better. And yeah, and just kind of reforming, you know, it's a lot of alone time, a lot of time to just talk about, you know, what life's going to look like when they are out of the house in 5 more years. Not even that, like 4.5 more years. But you know, because it's just going to be, we're going to go from a family of 4 real quick down to empty nesters when they both leave the nest at once. So being able to continue to have that relationship with him is important. And so that's been really good to be able to feed into that as well. Okay. Let's talk about next year. So basically, not super sorry to see 2020 go. It's been a crazy year, and I know that that's for everybody. I mean, for many different reasons. But yeah, but there have been some positives. So we're going to dwell on those and move forward. Okay, I have written down here some ideas here as we go forward. Okay, so for 2021, what do I see coming in 2021? Well, I have one kind of exciting project that'll be happening, I think, at the beginning of 2021. I'm not really sure when, though, so I'm not going to talk about it yet until I have a date, or a month, really, but I will definitely keep you guys posted on that, so sorry to be really cryptic about that, but I do have something kind of exciting in the works. I've done everything I needed to do on my end, so now it's just a matter of it going out into the wild, which is all very exciting. But let's talk about some ideas that I kind of had for some videos, and I would love feedback on this video. So if you have stuff that you would like to see on the channel or things that I've done in the past that you really enjoy, let me know, because that really helps me as we go throughout the year, and I am going to be much better about a spreadsheet on just things that you guys send me on ideas, especially when it comes to tutorials and sew-alongs. So right now, we'll start with that. Right now we are doing a sew-along for B6385. I think I got that right. I've been having such a hard time with that number. But it is a tailored coat that I'm making for my sister, and that will continue through probably at least the end of January. I'm not finished filming that yet, so I don't know quite how many segments I have, so how many weeks that will go. Then we'll do a tutorial of some sort. I do have plans to do a sew along for Vogue 1650, which is that trench coat pattern, but I don't want to do it back to back with this coat. I'd like to put something in between. So let me know if there's not, you know, a pattern. I typically do big four patterns, so commercial patterns: Simplicity, Butterick, Vogue, McCall's, because I don't feel like I'm stepping on anyone's toes, any independent, pattern designer's toes in that situation. I have been promising for quite a while that I was going to check with StyleMaker Fabrics about doing some sew-alongs for their patterns, and my life has just been so busy. I didn't want to check in with them until I had time to do something, so I'll be doing that in the new year to see if maybe they wouldn't mind. Just their instructions are just pretty sparse, but they've got some great patterns. So that is a possibility for the new year. But yeah, if there's any pattern in particular that you really would like to be walked through, or a certain fabric, like if there's a fabric type that you really are interested in and I could pick a pattern that would use a fabric like that, or a technique in particular that you really wanted to see, I could search around and find a pattern that really ticks those boxes for a certain technique. So yeah, just let me know down below what you would like to see sew along wise as we go into the new year and into 2021 throughout the whole year. Sky's the limit. Also, let's put that in there for tutorials as well. I know I've gotten some requests for zipper tutorials, and I will do that. I know that that's something, especially if you're a beginner, is very a good skill to have. So how to do different, I have a fly zip tutorial, how to do a zip fly like on jeans. I have that tutorial on my channel already, as well as an exposed button fly and a hidden button fly, separate tutorials on the channel. But yeah, I could definitely do like an invisible zipper tutorial and a lapped zipper and a slotted zipper at some point. But let me know, what other kind of tutorials are you wanting? These are usually the videos that go in between sew-alongs. So it's usually just a simple, quicker technique or something that you might be interested in. That can go towards pattern drafting or alterations as well. I would like to continue with doing the fitting and that sort of thing with the sew-alongs and tutorials going forward. And I'm also interested in trying more of the Palmer Pletch tissue fitting method. So I'm going to be exploring that a little bit in 2021 as well, and definitely taking you guys along for the ride with me on that one. Okay, other types of things. I definitely want to keep doing my sew the looks. I think that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing like my street style / ready to wear inspiration videos where I pair them with patterns. And then in some instances, I've done those videos where I've paired them with actual fabric. So if that's something that you guys really enjoy, I really like doing those videos. So I may just do them anyway, but if that's ones that you really like, let me know, because we can definitely, I don't want to overdo them, but yeah, we could definitely do some more of those. And let me know, do you like it when I pair them with fabric and patterns to go with the outfits? Do you like when I do more of, here are the things I am gonna make and then actually see it to fruition? Or do you like when I do more of just a general, here's some trends that are going on this spring or whatever, and here's some patterns you can use, which may include stuff that's not necessarily my style, but that might be other people's styles. So yeah, let me know about that down below as well. I really thought it would be interesting. I get a lot of questions here through Vlogmas about, my productivity and how I do what I do, how I make time, all that kind of thing. So I thought it might be fun at some point in the new year to do a day in the life type of a video, which will be, very kind of like a vlog, but really follow me through all of my day. So you can really kind of see how my day breaks down without it being, I'm not going to like film me cleaning the house. I would, just be like, okay, I'm going to now clean the house and, this took me this long, just so you can kind of see a more in-depth in the day in the life type video. I would pick a day that's not like super boring, a day that I'm actually doing some sewing or something kind of interesting. And some behind the scenes footage, maybe even filming a sew along or something. You can see my crazy setup and how all that works when I'm actually filming sew alongs. I also really wanted to do some, I talked about it on the Vlogmas about doing a 1 pattern 3 ways type of video. And I was looking at this, I can't remember, this Vogue pattern, because I'm going to be making this up soon. I think this would probably be the first one I do. Just basically, getting a pattern to fit you, especially something very basic as this blouse pattern. And then all the different ways that you can do slight hacks. I'm not talking anything major, but maybe changing the sleeve up a little bit, sewing the different versions that are already included in the pattern, and how different fabrics can make different looks and make it more casual or make it more dressy, or, a whole bunch of different things. But I thought I would start off to do that one pattern 3 ways, and then Nicole commented that it'd be really cool if I did a series kind of like that, where I had like a top pattern, a bottom pattern, and a topper pattern, to basically, you know, with these 3 patterns, you know, you could have multiple modules, you know, just by changing up the fabrication and all that kind of thing. Obviously that would take place over multiple months, but you know, have maybe 3 separate patterns, and I thought that that sounded like a lot of fun to possibly do. So let me know if that sounds something interesting, because I think that that would be a lot of fun. And obviously I would take you through any hacking I'm doing on the patterns, you know, my mindset, you know, maybe some inspiration pictures of why I'm doing this pattern hack on that, and all that kind of stuff. So let me know. Let me know if that sounds interesting as well. You're letting me know a lot here. Let's see. Okay, so that's basically it. And I also think that in January, because we are doing the coat sew along, and because I have a ton of plans for coats right now. I love making coats and jackets. I just love them so much. And right now I'm in the mindset, it's something I can be kind of quick at them, especially if I'm not filming the steps. But back in March, I did a t-shirt week, for instance, where I went through and I did a whole bunch of different t-shirts, and I talked about the patterns and all that kind of thing. So I thought it might be kind of fun to make January coat making month, and you know, not necessarily showing you step-by-steps on how I do different things. You know, the coats, because I am in the middle, I am doing a coat sew along right now. Those are, again, just very time consuming, which is fine, but I just can't do multiple ones at once. But I thought, you know, for the different coat patterns, and do some pattern reviews, you know, the inspiration, why I picked a certain fabric, you know, just going a little bit more in depth, but having a lot of videos on coat making, on just coats, on, you know, coat inspiration, you know, all that kind of thing throughout January. So that's kind of what I thought might be kind of fun for January. I have other stuff I'm going to be sewing in January as well. I need to finish my kids' pajamas. I don't think that's going to happen before we break for the holiday, but definitely need to get those sewn up. And then I have some sew the looks that I'm working on right now too. But yeah, I definitely want, while I'm on this kind of you know, I kind of want to, you know, make a coat and then maybe make a top, and then make another coat and then maybe make a little something else, kind of back and forth. But I'm definitely in coat making mode, and the more I make, the quicker I get at it, because the tricks and techniques and everything just start coming secondhand, even if it's a much different coat, if that makes sense. I just kind of get in that mindset, and then I can kind of go. So anyway, that's kind of what we have planned going forward into 2021. So please let me know if there's anything that I have not mentioned that you would love to see on the channel, because I mean, you guys are what makes this channel what it is. And that's the other thing. I just want to give a big thank you for all of your support, all of the comments. That all helps make my videos be more visible to people that are just searching for sewing content. They get recommended more, which then sends more people to the channel. So the comments, the likes, the thumbs up, all that stuff really, really helps the channel, and I appreciate it so much. And on that, also on that note, I started my coffee account back in the spring, which is like a virtual tip jar basically, and with the mindset of having that to just kind of help support the cost of the sew-alongs, just because there's certain materials, and I was also upgrading my lighting. I am gonna need to purchase a new computer here at some point, unfortunately, but mine's just really getting slow. And editing software and that kind of thing, just to make myself a little more efficient. I'm just saving right now for it. But anyway, so I set up the coffee account to help offset some of those costs, and as a virtual tip jar, and with the idea that all that money would just go right back into the channels and creating more sewing tutorials, more sew-alongs, you know, the more educational videos. And I just had such a great response, and I just want to thank every single person that has bought me a coffee, multiple coffees on many occasions. Thank you. That has just really helped me to be able to grow the channel. And I hope when you watch older sew-alongs that you can see that there has been an improvement throughout the 2 years that I have been had the channel and been filming, and that's all thanks to you guys. So you know, better equipment, also a learning curve is part of that as well. But the equipment definitely makes a big difference. So I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, for helping me make it the best that I can, and for being such a great community. You know, I love chatting with each and every one of you. I've got quite a few that comment on almost all of my videos, and I just really enjoy and look forward to reading those and having conversations with friends, basically is what it feels like. So thank you guys so much for everything that you have done to make this channel so wonderful, and to allow me this wonderful job, basically, of passing on any sewing information, you know, knitting, all that kind of stuff back off to you guys. Although the knitting is really more me learning, but you know, the sewing. And I just really want to say thank you. It's been a crazy 2-year ride so far, and I just can't wait to see what 2021 is going to bring us. Okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Here's to a wonderful new year. I hope you all have been safe, and I will see you guys on Sunday for, what part will it be? 3? No? 4? I can't remember. The next part of the sew along. I lose count. Okay, have a good one. Bye everyone.